Hey guys, what's going on? My name is Asia and welcome back to TheAsjaEffect, and today I wanted to talk to you guys about 8th grade Tears, a song that I uploaded I think maybe like 7 months ago, and it's in my top 5 viewed. I think it has like 109 views, 9 likes, did super well. But one thing that I realized that I never did was actually like talk about it and explain what some of the lyrics and what some of the stuff actually meant. So I figured that today that's what we're gonna do, and without further ado, let's get into it.
What Asia from the past? They seem good, don't they? Even though you're 13 and I bet you're lonely. I mean, would you rather be like me right now when the only daily task is to hide all these frowns?
So basically, if you were not for some reason able to tell, the perspective of this song is basically like me now talking to myself in 8th grade. More so specifically like at the beginning-ish of the school year. And I remember that, you know, when I was writing this, I was like really like sad and I was bummed and I was just really trying to like get hurt, you know what I'm saying?
I bet you're sad about that girl that rejected you. Don't be. Really, it turns out she's a close friend. And I think it's time you changed up your point of view, cause things are gonna get stormy on your end.
Alright, so believe it or not, when I wrote this down, I had no specific girl in mind, okay? Because a few times people, like, they've said, and like they've been like, hey, like, who are you talking about in that line? And when I was writing this, I honestly had no particular person in mind. But now that, like, I think about it, I do realize that that can apply to a few different people. Not sure how you want to take that, but there that is. And then basically for the second part of this, I was basically saying how like I was really focused on the wrong things, and like if I don't like get it together and try to fix things, then things are gonna be just really bad and they're gonna go downhill.
I don't say these things to scare you. Honestly, it's just that I think that I owe you an apology. Not that any of this is my fault, personally. Just watch out, kid.
This part was pretty self-explanatory. It's basically just saying like, hey, be careful. Things are gonna get bad. And yeah.
Do me a favor, won't you go hug your mother? Stop all the bickering, huh? Go love your brother. Cause when I say things get pretty cloudy here, seems I left my umbrella in my 8th grade Tears.
Like I was saying before, this time was a just weird time in life where I was like stressed about things, but like small things that actually didn't matter. And basically it was just like, hey, you need to like focus on things like your mom and, you know, like small things like you and your brother, you know, that doesn't matter right now. Hug them, get over it. And then for the second part of this, it's basically just, I guess that was my way of, you know, being all lyrically creative and stuff. Because when I say things get pretty cloudy here, it seems I left my umbrella in my 8th grade Tears. Obviously when it's cloudy, it's about to rain, so I'm saying that I seem to have left my umbrella somewhere. You know what I'm saying? You know, A+ lyrics right there.
You think you have real problems, huh? Cute to hear. Right now I'm a loser who don't let people near. It's hard to trust anybody and I'm broken hearted to think that's the end. Turns out I'm only getting started.
Like I keep bringing up, back then I had just so many problems that, you know, just didn't matter. And it's like this part is basically just saying like, hey, you think that what you're going through now is bad? Just wait. Like right now I think that I'm a loser and all this, and basically your stuff is just not quite as important as you think it is.
My house hasn't been a home since mama left. I've been everything since the maid and the chef. Not to be corny, but I think there's been a theft. Someone stole up my happiness and left me distressed.
Here's something that I say pretty often, but there's a big difference between a house and a home, and I really felt as though when my mom did pass, that house that we lived in, it was just no longer a home, basically. And then like once she did pass, it's like I had to take up and do a lot more things, like like I had to cook and I had to clean, so that's where the whole maid and the chef thing comes in. And then the whole, not to be corny, but I think it's a bit of theft, you know, like literally it's just a really corny line saying that like, oh, I used to be happy but all my happiness got stolen. And yeah.
How about we trade places for a while so you can see it all, the ups and the downs. Be me for a while and fake all these smiles. I do it well enough, might as well be a clown.
With this, I'm basically like saying to my past self, like, hey, would you like to like switch places for a while? Because I want you to get used to it, and I don't want you to be too surprised and shocked about what's about to happen. And then the whole like be me for a while and fake all these smiles. Yeah, it's like these days I do have to, you know, fake a lot of smiles about like what is happening in my life and whatnot. And it's just like one of those things where it's like, hey, I'm sure you'll be great at it, you know, because you're me after all.
Back to the family thing. Where's your dad at? I want you two to sit down and have a nice chat. Get close to him, please. That's all I can ask. Looking back at it, that wasn't a hard task.
So before my mom did pass, you know, there was always my dad. But since I was like so little, my dad, he has always traveled, and like he's been at home, but just not quite as much as like I'd like. So that's why we weren't really all that close before. And I'm basically just saying, hey, like take take your time now and really try to get close to him, because it's gonna help you out eventually.
Now, Asia, I know you have problems of your own, but listen to me. Things are about to go to shit. In just a few months, they're gonna treat you like a grown, and I want you to be prepared for it.
This line is basically just saying all the things you're worried about, put them aside, because like soon, like really soon, sooner than you think, you will be forced to just change over completely. And that's what happened. It's like I was really forced to grow up really quickly as this 13-year-old kid, and I just didn't really have the help that I needed, and I just had to stop caring about the important things and really grow up and take responsibility like all at once. And it was a lot. So this was basically just like a warning.
Things are about to get real, so don't disappear. I know you're a strong girl, so I won't interfere. I'll leave you this song, and hell, while I'm here, might as well help you wipe off those 8th grade tears.
And then this closing part here is basically just saying like, hey, things are really about to be bad, but you are strong because you're me, and I know you're strong and you got this. And then the closing outline and while I'm here, I might as well help you wipe off those 8th grade tears. It's like, if I were to like give this song to my past self, then, you know, it'd probably make me cry. Like, so it's basically just saying like, hey, while I'm here, you know, like this is a lot to take in, so I know that you're probably crying. It's like, let me wipe off your 8th grade tears, which is the name of the song. More lyrically creative things by Asia Coleman, and that is the song. So back to just more like random facts about this song. I wrote this in like one night, maybe like 1 hour, because like when you know what you want to say and it all just comes to you, it's like that's basically what happened here. It's like I was just sitting there, and I remember that it was a pretty bad night, so I just sat there and then I wrote this entire song, and I was like, I don't know what to do with this. Maybe it's a little bit too personal for YouTube, but I did end up making it and making a video and then posting it to YouTube, and I'm kind of glad that I did, because I really love this song, and most people who have watched it and I've showed it to, they actually like it too. And that is 8th grade tears. If there's anything that I didn't talk about that you want to know about, just leave a question in the comments and I'll get to it and I'll answer it, of course, because that's the purpose of this. And I will be doing one of these for Here For Me either on Wednesday or Sunday. So yep, that is about it. If you guys enjoyed this video, you can give it a like if your heart ever so desires, and you can subscribe if you want. But until then, I will see you guys next Wednesday with another video. Goodbye.